Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot All Day Liquid to Powder Foundation. And it looks like this, and I got mine in the shade Fair Enough. I hauled this in my drugstore haul, which I uploaded just a day or so ago, and I actually got to try this out just on the back of my hand at the Walgreens. I was at a Walgreens that had testers, which was awesome, and it actually looked like it blurred pretty well. I don't have like the biggest problem with pores, but sometimes I do notice them a little bit more depending on what foundation I tried, and I just thought, okay, like that's impressive on the back of my hand, so let me take it home and try it. And I thought I would do a first impression kind of review on it, if I can undo this thing. So my skin is very pale, but it gets even more pale in winter right now. Honestly, I have a tiny tan. You probably are like, no, that's not a tan. But for me it is. Now, my skin is mostly clear. I usually get like one big breakout, like one big pimple right before or around my period, and that is that sucker right there. So I don't know, and I like am a horrible person about picking. I don't know why, but I have to. Like, it hurts, and I think that picking it more will make it not hurt. I don't understand, but yeah, so we'll see how good this covers up. I am going to use a beauty blender on one half of my face, and then the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki F80 on the other half, and then I also figure I'll put primer just on my forehead. I know some people do it half and half, but I want to split it up into 4 parts to see if the beauty blender and primer work better, or the brush and the primer work better, or the brush and no primer work better, or the beauty blender and no primer work better. So I just figured this way, you know, include as many people as possible. So my skin type also, it gets pretty dry in the winter. I'm just using the Angel Veil Primer by NYX. It's just a classic, and I know that I like it, and I'm just going to put it on my forehead. God, a little bit of this goes a long way. I did not need that much. I am dry, but in the summer, especially the warmer months, I do get oily, like right down the middle and on the sides of my nose. It's weird because on the sides of my nose right here, I'm super dry, like super dry and flaky, but at the same time oily, and I don't understand, but it's quite annoying. So I'll zoom in just so you can kind of, well, not zoom in, but I'll come in just so you can kind of see my face a little bit more. And okay, I'm gonna get started. So I'm just gonna take, oh, waiting for this is like, you're always trying to pump, and then all of a sudden it all comes out, and okay, I had to have done that 25 times by now. Oh, any time now, Soap & Glory. So I'm not kidding, that took like 3 to 4 minutes to get the pump to work. So just, if you get it, just pump maybe 3 minutes straight, and maybe some will come out. Okay, so I have one pump on the back of my hand. Can you even see it? It's right up there. Sorry, it's not runny. It doesn't look creamy, but it's not running at all. So I am just going to do brush on the right side of my face and beauty blender. Actually, let me do the opposite. Beauty blender on the left side, so probably your right side, and then beauty blender on the other. Okay, so I know I'm gonna need another pump for the back, for the other side of my face, but let's try to stipple this in. I figure too, I won't powder my face today. I'll just do very little because I don't want anything to really interfere. Oh gosh, okay, this may not be pale girl friendly. I feel like I'm coming off a little bit orange. Okay, so I feel like that was like very light coverage. Like very light. It was a little dark for me, so you're going to want to use lightning drops if you have them, or not get this if you are my color or fairer. It's definitely light coverage. Trying to look. I mean, it went on easy, just as easy with the brush, whether it was primer or no primer, so there is that. So here's one side, and here's the side with none. Let me do the Beauty Blender side. Try to do the same amount. I think the brush is always quicker to apply with, just because, I don't know, I just feel it's just quicker overall. It blends things way quicker, but the Beauty Blender always gives that beautiful, finish to the skin. So I'm noticing right away it is clinging to some areas, and you kind of have to watch out for the little hairs. Like, it'll like kind of make those little hairs on your face pop, but it's definitely light coverage on either side. So I'm gonna do another pump and see how it builds all over the face. I'll do definitely too dark for me, but that's okay. We'll make it work for this video. I mean, probably can't even tell. Like, I just look at it and it's going on orange instead of like white or ghostly. So I feel like it dries pretty quickly. It is clinging to this like one area up here, and it's not like patchy, it's just clinging to certain places. Like, my Beauty Blender is orange, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but that like doesn't happen. Usually it's at least like a tan color or so. So I do notice it does get, I mean, it is looking kind of cakey. I hate saying bad things about foundations because I want them all to work. Like, foundation is probably my favorite beauty product. Okay, so this adds a little bit of coverage, but like, you can build it up, but it does get cakey the more you build it up. I can tell. Like, my skin is just not looking like, this is matte. This is like drying me out and I'm scared. I want to take it off right now, but I won't. We'll see how it wears. I don't see it creasing up anywhere, but it is cleaning to certain areas and making that peach fuzz kind of stand out more. It builds up. You can build up the coverage, but it will look cakier. I'm just adding a little bit of concealer. I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind just because it's quick and I know it works well. I might try to... This is so... Oh, this is not... It's not for dry skin, I don't think. This is just not looking cute. Man, I really wanted to like it because it blurred out like the back of my hand so well. Like, I was so impressed in the store. I was like, whoa, where did all my lines go on my hands? I will say that the concealer layered on top of it really nicely. It is clinging so bad to this one, like, pimple. I don't even know if you can see, but it's not even like a real pimple anymore. It was basically gone, but it was dried there. It is clinging so awful to that and kind of turning even more orange. I don't even know. Okay. I'm just taking the e.l.f. What are you called? The e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder, because I have to set my under eyes. But that's all I'm setting. I'm not setting anything else because I want to see how it moves. And I'm just going to put on a little bit of the Love Flush Love Hangover blush from Too Faced. I'm just going to put on blush and mascara. And that's it. And I'm just using an e.l.f. angled brush. Oh my god, this is so pigmented. What was I thinking? Sure, just a day lounging around cooking. Let's put on way too much blush, Lisa. That makes sense. I feel like it's a little patchy, and this blush is like super creamy and wonderful. So this is not my favorite. But you know, some things, like, I noticed that they look better as it goes on throughout the day. I'm just using the Voluminous Black Carbon Black Mascara by Loreal. I'm literally grabbing whatever is right in front of me, guys. I'm going to be cooking all day. I meal prep for the week. I'm one of those people. So I'll be running around chopping stuff, sweating, being over the hot stove and everything. So we'll really be able to test this out. But you know what? Sometimes when it interacts with your... When it sits for an hour and it interacts with your oils, it looks really nice. So maybe this will be one of those. The blush went on a little patchy. Now I didn't set it with powder, so maybe if I put powder on, it would have blended out nicer. I just really wanted to see how it would interact. It's clinging to some dry patches. It's not the right color for me. It's light coverage but buildable, but it looks cakier than where you build it up. But I don't know if you can tell so much, but... Here it is. And so I will be back. Hi everyone. I'll be checking in. I am just checking back in. It has been 3 hours about exactly. I took a break in my cooking. I just put in these sweet potato cheddar jalapeno muffins, and they are so low calorie. They're only 3, well, for 3 muffins it's 170, so that's a snack. Hey-o. The perfect fall recipe. If you want to know my Instagram and blog, I'll put the information down below for food. I cook. I post like all my recipes and everything. Oh, I love food. Who doesn't? Going back. Okay. I am like sweating because I'm running around, and okay, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but like right here, it's just rubbed off, and I have no idea why. I've specifically tried not to touch my face. It's really weird because it's just like right in here. So I would definitely say you have to set this. It doesn't transfer too bad. I mean, it transfers a little, but I've definitely seen worse. It's, you know, mediocre. It seems to look better overall. Like, the hairs are still sticking out. It's kind of rubbed off that blemish right there. It's not clinging onto dry patches as bad, but it is rubbing off or like just disappearing in areas, and the hairs are still coming through. I wonder if I just like wipe. What? Okay, so this just like comes right off. I mean, that's after 3 hours. Now, I don't look oily or anything. And I will say, like, I think that my pores look pretty nice. Like, it looks okay overall. But I've never had a foundation that, like, just comes off like this. Like, it's just coming right off completely. So, I think that if you're oily, this will be really good for you. But I think that dry people, or even people who just average skin, I mean, I would say you could try it out. You know, it's drugstore, but it was still like $16. But I would say try. It's not working well for me for dry skin. I mean, it's weird that it's just coming off. For sure, you would have to set it, obviously, but that shouldn't. Just because you don't set it doesn't mean it should just come off. That's a bit much. It's weird because you don't really see it transferring, but it's like just missing. It is just missing pretty much wherever I rub, like, which, I mean, I'm not even rubbing that hard. I'm like flicking, and that's scary because a lot of times when I'm like at my desk or typing, like I'm like this or like this, I don't want to have like a handprint come off. So I don't even think I need to do a super long review because I can tell, like, it looked better overall. Like, the dry patches look better, but the hairs look the same. It comes off. It transfers a tiny bit. It does look good on pores overall. You definitely have to set it, but I would say my final thoughts is this would be good with people with really large pores and also very oily skin. So if that's you, I would say give it a go. Otherwise, this is not my favorite. I might try to play around with it. If not, then I'll probably either pass along to someone that I think it would work for, or return it if I can find the receipt. I'm really bad about always throwing out the receipts. But anyways, I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and also I hope you decide to subscribe and continue on this journey with me. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.